On today's show, we want to talk to you about pH. Now, pH is a term for the acidity or alkalinity of the soil. Now, you can see we've got some typical Florida sand. And actually, this is darker than some of the sand you're going to see. Sometimes it'll be almost like a sugar sand. This soil often will have problems in it. And it's one of the reasons that I'm going to show you some black cow soil, or actually some of their black cow manure. They also make a soil that is nice and dark and rich. If you just look at the two, you can see radical differences. And the beauty of having something like the black cow is that it's going to help with moisture retention, and it's also going to hold nutrients. If you don't have that, your plant can often dry out. If it dries out, it'll die out. Now, pH is something that's a simple test that we can do, but a lot of people don't do it. And we'll do one with the black cow next to the typical Florida soil, or we might call it sand. We're probably giving an upgrade by calling it soil. And this is an old tester. I've been using this tester for about 40 years. Now, not this particular one. In the old days, it came in a wooden box. But today, it comes in plastic. But I like it because it's pretty easy. You can get a reading pretty quickly. And I know when I worked for the government, we had $1,000 machines, but you had to recalibrate them, which took a good long time each time to kind of get a reading. All right, and we can see on the second one, we're getting a slightly acidic pH. And on the first one, the pH is a little bit different as well. You can see with the color coding that we're getting more of a 5.5 to 6.5, maybe 6.5 on this one, which is just about ideal. The range should be about 5.5 to 6.5 is where you're looking for. But you can see we've got a scale here, and this scale goes all the way from down really acid. And if you're from up north, you're used to a really acidic pH where you had to often add dolomite on a regular basis. We often get into a high pH. If you're anywhere near the coastline, you get a lot of shell in the soil near Florida and going all the way up to the Carolina and even into Texas and Georgia. You may wind up with a pH that's way too alkaline, and there you're going to have to add some sulfur or soil acidifier. So if your pH isn't exactly right, you're going to have to change it or modify it. Often we use dolomite, about 65 pounds per 1,000 square feet, to help make it more alkaline. Or if we have to use sulfur or some types of soil acidifier, we're normally going between 7 and 10 pounds of sulfur to help make sure we lower that pH 1 unit. Getting your plants to a right pH is important, kind of like our own internal pH. You know, if your pH is really off, you're not going to have the kind of success that you want. Your plants won't grow, they won't use the nutrients as well as they should be used. So make sure that you check your pH from time to time, adjust it if you need to, and make sure that you improve the soil by adding something like black cow manure. You're going to give it more organic matter, and more organic matter is going to help hold those nutrients. It's going to help make the plant grow and produce much better.